What's up, everybody? It's White Boy Lockdown Radio. If it's your first time here, smash that subscribe button. Make sure you hit the join memberships. Check the description for all the links. As always, like the video, comment. I'll try to get back to you. I usually do. Share it, and definitely subscribe. All right, for this one here, man. This one here, it's funny how everyday life goes on, and I have a list of videos, man, that I'm still trying to upload to the channel. But as I'm continuously trying to upload these videos, things happen. Things happen during the day. Okay, now, what happened today? What made me make this video? I'll show you, because, if I can't bring somebody on to verify my story on sections or whatever, I like to keep the audience understanding how my mind works. So the only way I can show you this is to show you this. All right, this is gonna kind of be tough, but let me do it. Yeah, look at that gnarly toe right there. Can we see that gnarly toe? Let's get a close up on that toe. It's all mangled up. It's all red. It's all gnarly. Okay, what's going on right there? That's what's going on. Is I had a bad ingrown toenail. All right, and I have been dealing with this thing for years. Alrighty, not a problem. Why am I showing you this? Well, I've been dealing with this for years, and when I say years, I'm talking about since the time I got out on my second bid to the time in between my first and second bid to my first bid and well before that. Okay, now it got so bad at one point on my first bid in prison that when I cut this thing, it bleeds a lot, all right? A little bit too much TMI, this and that. Yeah, let me get to the point. The point is, there was a time, my first time in prison, you know what I mean? Back in Hamilton. This is at this point in time, this is when Florida DOC had, you could buy cigarettes, you could buy dip, and there was actually weights on the compound. The second time I went in, it was all different. All right, but at this certain time, on the channel, I have talked about hustles and visitation and gangs and COs and power moves and everything in between, and I'm still going, guys, but I've spoke about power moves, or maybe I haven't, because when I upload these things, I don't know where I'm at, but I'm going to get into a quick story. So let's get into the story. Being that I show you this ingrown toenail that I'm dealing with right now, it's easy for me to deal with it out here because I have the utensils to cut it. I could use a little razor. I could use a lot of things. A curved toenail clipper, not the straight standard one. However, in prison you don't have those things. It's evident. Now, you could fill a sick call out and you can go to the medical, whatever you want to call it, the infirmity, the medical unit, the nurse, whatever. And I did that. Thinking back on this time, the reason that I did it is because it don't matter where you go, no matter what camp you're at, no matter what state you're at, no matter what city you're at, no matter what county you're in, no matter what country you're in, there's always going to be a baby in medical. There's always going to be one chick, and if she's not a 10, she's 8, and she might be a 6. She might be a butterface, but she's going to have some ass. So, as you're filling out the form, you're sitting there filling out the form, and you're like, man, should I waste the $5 right now? And then in the back of your head, you're like, damn, it's been some while since some ass. Let's go. So you take the trip, and one power move that you always do, one power move and one hustle, and everything else that I'll say on this channel is when you go to medical, you always use it to the best ability. Now, what I mean by that is, my toenail hurts me bad right now. After I upload this video, I'm going to catch a shower, let the hot water hit it, and I'm going to go do my self-surgery on it. But, in the chain gang, it's $5. I'm gonna waste off my canteen card, but I'm gonna go see a baby. I'm gonna go see that ass. She's gonna bend over. She's gonna grab what she's got to do, and I'm gonna be like, damn, all that. So it's worth $5. Plus, I'm gonna work her for the meds. Okay, she might give me a big old pack of ibuprofen. She might give me a big old pack of whatever. I'm gonna take it, not use it, because everybody gets sick in the chain gang, and as soon as someone gets sick, they're gonna be like, man, anybody got some ibuprofen, man? Man, I got 3 soups for some ibuprofen. I got you right here. And you got a pressed pack. It's a little pack where you press the pills at the back. So they've never been touched, nothing. They're completely safe. And that dude doesn't have to waste $5 to get ibuprofen. He can give me a couple soups that I just worked off this nurse after looking at her ass and taking care of my toenail. You get what I'm saying? On top of that, so I'm going to the nurse. I'm looking at her ass. You know, she's bending over. When you're in the chain gang, ask anybody that's been in. When she's bending over, I'm not seeing them pants. I'm not seeing them panties. I am seeing her butt booty naked in my bedroom calling my name. It's how it gets. That's why when we get out, we're sick with it. Okay? That's why we bag a lot of dudes' girls. Okay? Anybody that's been in, that's what I'm saying. So for $5, I seen some ass. I'm walking away with some meds. I got my toenail fixed, but it don't stop there. What else can I get up out of her? I make her smile. I tell her how good she smells, and boy, does she smell good, because I'm coming from a dorm where I'm smelling booty and toenails all day long, and that prison smell to go in to see a woman. Well, she could have a $3 body spray from Kmart, and man, that is like smelled like a rainbow to me. All right, so now I just left. I seen the ass. I got the ibuprofen. I got my toe done. But hey, what else can I get out of her? Well, you know what else I can get out of her? I don't feel like working. I've said this before on the channel. I never worked in prison. I have worked. There's been times where I had to do a little stint in the kitchen. I had to do a little stint on outside grounds, inside grounds. But on this story, I was on inside grounds. Inside grounds is in this time in prison is when they had tobacco products. You can go to the window and you could say, hey, let me get a Diet Coke, a Coke, an 18-wheeler, a pack of chicken ramen soups, 4 iced honey buns, a peanut butter squeeze, and 6 boxes of Tops cigarettes. For anybody that doesn't know, I've mentioned it before in my Spiders and Superstitions video. You had to hand roll these cigarettes or pay somebody to hand roll them. See, it's all a hustle, but after someone would get done smoking the cigarette and their fingertips get all orange, they throw the cigarette on the ground. Okay, this is when you can smoke in prison, the COs as well. My second time, they deaded that. But anyway, you throw the cigarettes on the ground. So what the COs would have a ball with this, because that is their yard, that's their weight pile, that's their dorm. So they would make you on inside grounds take a bag and a glove. They'd say, go pick up all the cigarette butts. And you'd be amazed, you know, if there's 2,000 inmates at one camp, how many smoked in the chow line, walking out the chow hall, smoke, throw, smoke, throw, smoke, throw, everywhere. Going to medical, smoke, throw, going to canteen, smoke, throw, back from canteen, smoke, throw. Cigarettes everywhere. So you could usually, there's a squad of people in each shift that are steadily picking up cigarette butts. And then you had the crowd dudes that didn't get no money, the engine guys that would literally, I never smoked. I would buy cigarettes, I would buy milks and stuff, but the guys that didn't get money, they'd literally be picking up the cigarette butts, put them in the bag, bring the bag back to the dorm, unroll the little roaches, and re-roll cigarettes. Nasty. Good way to get hepatitis, AIDS, and cancer and everything in between. Anyway, I didn't want to do this job. Just like I was looking at her ass, came back with the ibuprofen. I'm trying to play her for a medical slip. A medical slip is like, if you weigh 200 pounds or more in Florida DOC, if you know how to work the system, you don't technically have to have a top bunk, because jumping off that top bunk is bad for your ankles. You know, don't tell anybody Big Matt told you that. But if you know the system, you can get around these things. So as I'm in there for my ingrown toenail, I get a pass. The pass says 1 week, no duty due to foot. Okay, I played her. I told her she smelled good. I told her everything she wanted to hear and probably 15 things she didn't want to hear. And she was like, okay, here you go. Get out, weirdo. Hey, man, it's my only time around a woman. Meat and potatoes is this. Here's the story. So I get out of there looking at ass, getting meds, and getting the pass. Okay, to me, looking at the ass and the pass was the most important because it's a woman. I got to see ass, and now I don't have to report to that work whatsoever. And you can fudge a little slip, and when it says 7 days, you can put a 1 in front of it. Now I got 17 days not to work. Okay, everybody knew on my squad that I was not the average inmate, man. I was a convict, not an inmate. So I handed in to the CO that's in charge of inside grounds, and she's like, okay, there's nothing that the CO can do because it's going against the nurse's orders. But I never forget. I go hand it to her on day 1, and I hit the weight pile. So supposedly I can't work because of my foot, but I'm in there benching everything, curling everything. And a black dude on my squad, he's hating life. He's hating life because when you work, you can't hit the canteen window. He literally is like, man, that cracker thing, he got all the sense, man. He got toe jams and shit, man. Oh, puss-ass cracker got toe jams and shit, man. He ain't trying to pick up the cigarettes, like, he got all the sense. And I remember I could hear him, but I didn't want to acknowledge him. I'm just like, this is what you got to do in prison. You got to be smarter than the average bear. You got to be able to be a convict before an inmate, man. You see what I'm saying? A simple thing like an ingrown toenail, you can make it work always for you, man. This is the stuff that we talk about on the channel. I get deep into this stuff. I got videos for days. This channel ain't going nowhere. I told y'all a long time ago. This is the real Florida white boy channel, man. Get with it or get out. And on that note, y'all stay safe. Y'all stay solid. And y'all stay safe. Out. Solid. Take care of them ingrowns.